here, isn't it? Acres of lush green rocky Aravallis in the vast expanse of blue. We're at Parthasarathi Rock, Delhi's highest point and JNU's best kept secret. Did you know that such a place existed in Delhi? I'm guessing not. It's interesting how there's so little that's known about Jawaharlal Nehru University in spite of this campus making headlines every other day, and we're about to change that. Over the next half an hour, we're going to get you glimpses of what life is like inside this campus. Spread over almost 1,000 acres of undulated terrain, the university houses close to 6,000 students in its 18 hostels, named after prominent rivers. After driving through long winding roads overlooking bushes of burning crimson, we settled down with a group of friends, cooling their heels after a night of protest demonstrations and a morning mid-semester exam. It's an interesting mix here. Between the three of them, they cover God's own country, the land of the JP movement and the bastion of Khap Panchayats in North India. They say it's JNU's unique admission policy that gives additional points for regional, economic and gender deprivation that allows students from far-flung areas to pursue higher education on this campus.
You know, a girl like me, if I talk talk personally, I wouldn't have understood caste or gender or religion so much so better in any other university or place like I've understood in JNU. And especially, urban, if we talk about urban people in India, they have somehow, the corporate and the globalization have given them a space to move ahead of these things. But the people living in rural areas really, who really deserve to know, understand these things much in a more broader aspect.
An OBC student from Bahadurgarh in Haryana, 24-year-old Anjali is pursuing her masters in economics from JNU. It took her about a year to convince her parents to allow her to study on this campus, and the road ahead looks equally difficult.
Nobody in Haryana, would ask a girl to do masters or do even go for PhD. They have this general opinion about people who do PhD, as in they have nothing to do in life, so they are basically doing PhD. So, and especially for girls, they want to marry them and don't want them to study. One of my neighbors once said to my mom, don't make your girl child study so much. How would she cope up with her mother-in-law if she studies so much?
Later the same evening, we spot Anjali participating in a protest on campus, raising slogans against student leader Kanhaiya's arrest. Politics is an integral part of her life, she says. It's part of her education, part of the person she is today.
A university stands for giving a space to all the students who can not, what is the point in studying all the text when you don't understand those things relative to the things going around you. So and if youth is young people are not aware of the things that are going around them, and they don't have an opinion about it, so there is no point of getting education, as in you just then give up the degrees and sit at your home and read books. That would be a much more better thing to do.
Anjali's friend Surya Prakash, who's pursuing his MPhil in community medicine, nods in agreement. A resident of Jahanabad in Bihar, Surya says political expression is a way of life on this campus. He agrees to show us an aspect of JNU which he thinks defines the university.
रोजमर्रा की जिंदगियों को दिखाया कैसे प्राइस रेज कर रहा है मोदी के मतलब मोदी बहुत इनका जैसे आयशा जो पार्टी है तो भाई मोदी बहुत सारे वादे किए थे कि हाँ किसानों के लिए आम आदमियों के लिए मजदूरों के लिए हर एक लोगों के लिए उन्होंने वादा किया था।
इस पोस्टर में आप बेसिकली दिखा रहे हैं कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जो है योगा कर रहे हैं, सेल्फी खींच रहे हैं।
हाँ बिल्कुल।
कॉर्पोरेट्स खुश दिख रहे हैं, किसान सैड हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
और ये क्या है?
बैन बनाशन। बैन बना वो आपका योगा से और बनासन आपका वो ट्राइबल्स को वहाँ पर पोर्ट्रे करने का कोशिश किए हैं।
बोल के लब आज़ाद है तेरे, बोल ज़बां अब तक तेरी है. When it comes to JNU, the writing isn't just on the walls, it's on every empty space that can be used as a canvas to express political sentiments. And it's not just students from the left. People from across the political spectrum are allowed to use this space to express their thoughts. From the academic block, or the ad block as it's called, we make our way to the School of Social Sciences, or SSS.
I graduated from Delhi.
Aparajita, an MPhil scholar from Kerala, shows us around the complex, which lies empty after school hours. A student of political science, Aparajita says JNU was the obvious choice for her.
JNU is like a mini India. It's got people from all over the country as well as abroad. We've got foreign students here as well, who come from all different places. We've got America as well as you've got Egypt. There are all sorts of characters on campus. There are all cranky characters, crazy characters, intellectual characters, cool characters. All sorts of people are there, and there's space for everyone. Nobody's stared at. Like, you're not an oddity on this campus. You are what you are, and you can be just that. People are like, "Arey chart hai," kuch bhi bol sakte hai, but yet they won't be like reject you or ridicule you. People will have disagreements with you. They won't entertain you, or they would, not find you very cool, comfortable enough to talk to you. But it's okay. You exist in the way you are. I'll exist the way I am.
Later that evening, as hundreds of students take out a march on campus in solidarity with student leaders arrested for allegedly raising anti-national slogans, we find Aparajita too pitching in with high-octave chants. The crowd echoes her call for justice. The entire student community united in their anger against police action on their campus. For those who say students should stick to studying and stay away from politics, Aparajita has a fitting reply.
Education is not just chartofying the pages of your textbooks and vomiting it out on your answer sheets. It's about giving you vision. It's about making you think. Education is meant to instill rationality into your, not regressive thoughts into your mind. It basically asks you to question, challenge everything and change for a better thing. And that's what the university is supposed to be. When one of the very popular slogans that is part of students movement is campus hai hum chhatron ka, sarkar ki jagir nahi hai. One has to actually think by it.
Aparajita's friend and fellow ISA member, a PhD scholar from Dumka in Jharkhand, Birender echoes her sentiment. As he roams the empty corridors of SSS, Birender tells us it's what you're able to give back to society after your education is what defines you.
किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए, किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए ये बड़ा सवाल नहीं है कि आप कैसे आए हैं. बड़ा सवाल होता है आप यूनिवर्सिटी में अपना कोर्स कंप्लीट करके आप कैसे निकलते हैं. और यहाँ पे यूनिवर्सिटी का कंट्रीब्यूशन होता है. हो सकता है कि कोई बिहार, झारखंड, उड़ीसा जैसे बैकग्राउंड से भी आ रहा हो और कुछ एलिट बैकग्राउंड से भी लोग आ रहा हो. ये मसला नहीं है. मसला ये है कि हम यूनिवर्सिटी में अपना कोर्स BA, MA, MPhil, PhD करने के बाद हम क्या एक इंसान के तौर पे बन के निकलते हैं. हमारा समाज में क्या कंट्रीब्यूशन होगा, ये एक मतलब की बात है. और इसीलिए ये यूनिवर्सिटी सिखाती है हम लोग को. JNU का जो कॉन्सेप्ट था कि देश के हर एक कोने से.
Sitting under the shadow of a revolutionary Marxist leader, 29-year-old Birender speaks fondly about the JNU campus, which has been his home for the last 4 years.
सेमिनार समथिंग कुछ था. इस कैंपस में आके जो दो बड़ा बदलाव होता है. एक तो लोग आके इंग्लिश सीखते हैं, मैंने भी सीखा. और ये कैंपस प्रेम करने सिखाता है. शायद इस कैंपस में आके हम प्रेम करना सीखे, लोगों से, इंसानों से, पशुओं से, तमाम से, अपनी राजनीति से. तो इंग्लिश और प्रेम इस कैंपस की खासियत है. लोग आते हैं और सीखते हैं.
The footfall on campus increases after sunset as students step into the cool night to catch up with friends. The fragrance of freshly prepared delicacies draws them to open-air dhabas, conveniently located between hostels. In hostels, classrooms and Ganga Dhaba after dark, everywhere you'll find students engaging in heated debates on current social and political issues. Conversations over spicy aloo parathas and piping hot cups of chai range from White House politics to the war in Syria, from Nagpur to Kashmir, from Hindu terror, jihad and Naxalism. On this campus, your politics defines you. Hundreds of silhouettes appear, shadows moving towards the sound of beating drums. The slogans seem louder at night. The electrifying energy of fearless youngsters driven by their conviction and belief makes you realize the power of student politics. With his disheveled hair and long beard, 27-year-old Surjeel is just another face in the crowd. But unlike many others, he gave up a lucrative corporate job to become a part of this community.
I did my undergrads and postgrads from IIT Bombay from 2006 to 2011. I was a student of computer science and engineering there. I graduated from there and then worked for a couple of years in Bangalore before coming here for a master's in modern history. And last year I qualified for MPhil in modern history. I did have political leanings because the run-up to the preparation of coming here, and I had been interested in reading literature as well as history, academic history ever since I was a kid. So the run-up to coming here, I did have a solid grounding in social sciences, which inevitably means that you take stands on issues which concerns your recent history and current political. You inevitably take stand because you've read this or that, you're a follower of this or that school of thought, you have read this data rather than that data, and this is how our academic world is divided and non-academic world as well.
Some marches culminate into public meetings where student leaders make speeches expressing their anger against a system that perhaps feels threatened by student politics. Others end with songs celebrating a people's revolution. The carefree existence when you have no responsibilities. It's a time when your biggest worry is to finish your assignments on time and prepare for exams. When afternoons are spent dreaming about the future and when you believe you can change the world. And life for students at JNU is no different. Let's now take you inside one of the hostels and show you where these dreams are now being dreamt and plans being made. From Faiz to Iqbal, from Lenin to Shea, revolutionary ideas find space in the four walls of the hostel room. The discussion is centered around politics, but you also get to pick up some campus gossip and, of course, some poetry.
That's not okay.
यकी कतरे बारान जे आवरी चकीद खजल सुद चुप है ना ये बदरिया बदीद के जाई के दरियास्त मन किस्तम गरुहस्त हक्का के मन निस्तम.
27-year-old Rahul, a student from Gaya in Bihar, makes quite an impression as he easily mouths verses in Persian. His love for the language brought him to JNU 4 years ago, and this is where he found himself.
जिस बैकग्राउंड से मैं आता हूँ और मैं जब JNU में आया तो मैं बहुत सारे चीज़ों को यहाँ सीखा. अगर मैं JNU में नहीं आता तो मैं बहुत सारे आइडियोलॉजी जैसे लेफ्ट का, राइट का, बहुत सारे थिंकर्स, ये सब को मैं नहीं जान पाता. और उसी दरमियान मैं अपने आप को एक्सप्लोर कर पाया, अपने आप को समझ पाया कि मैं क्या हूँ, आखिर मेरा पर्पस क्या है. और ये सब यूनिवर्सिटी बताती है, ये सब JNU का इन्वायरमेंट बताता है, यहाँ का कल्चर बताता है, यहाँ का डिबेट डिस्कशन, यहाँ का सोशल लाइफ, ये सब हमें देता है. और ये मुझे लगता है रेसिडेंशियल कैंपस होने के कारण इस कैंपस में ये तरह की छूट ज़्यादा है और ये हर जगह होना चाहिए. ये यूनिवर्सिटी के पर्पस के लिए, सोसाइटी के लिए, पॉलिटिकल आइडियाज के लिए, इवन आपके लिए, अपने आप के लिए ये काफ़ी सही होता है.
If JNU has made Rahul understand that he belongs to the left, it's also made Gaurav realize that he needs to follow the ideology of his forefathers. As he clears up the stage after an ABVP rally, Gaurav tells us he's a third-generation RSS follower.
I saw all the political organizations. I did not have any particular preconceived, notion of that if party even join or that party have to join. So at that point of time, I observed all the organizations. I was with, I saw ISA, SFI, ABVP. I had a big dilemma between ISA and ABVP. Amit Singh was the president at that point of time. And finally, I felt that I'm more inclined towards the idea of ABVP than any other organization.
You can choose what you want to be on this campus without being judged. You'll also always be heard, never shouted down, regardless of whether you endorse a majority or minority view.
The fact that ABVP can come here right now, 10 of them and 3,000 of these children, of all of us sit and listen to it despite knowing what they have done to campus and what shame they have brought to us. It is only in JNU that those 10 people are sitting in the same order and listening to these things, and they are allowed to speak. And we will listen. We will listen truly and intently. That is what JNU teaches you.
A self-proclaimed political activist and a PhD scholar, Soumya joins her friends as they get ready for yet another evening of sloganeering and singing. The sound of slogans and chants reverberates across this campus till late in the night as students soak in the various hues of this political festival. JNU at the end of the day is a celebration of free speech. It's an institution that many say allows you to come into your own, to become your own person, to carve out your own unique individual identity. And that's something that sets this university apart.
I don't think I've said I love you to any person in all my life as much I have said it to JNU.
It helped me evolve myself as a human being. It helped me to know myself better. I don't see the world anymore in binaries.